Good morning. You are watching Real Talk. My name is Christine K and I'm your host. Now today we are talking about HIV and AIDS, and there are over 200,000 cases of young people aged between 15 and 19 who have been known to have HIV and AIDS just this year. Yet only 48.5% of the youth have been tested, so that leaves another 50 plus percent that haven't yet been tested. Now this of course makes sure that we try and empower and the young people to know, to understand the importance of knowing your HIV status, and then to know how to live a healthy life thereafter. Now we do encourage your comments and your questions on our SMS line. That's 22162. Start with our SMS, start with the word circuit. You can find us on social media at eCircuit Y254 channel on every social media platform. Now today in studio I have a guest by the name Gladys Komboka, and she's here to share her story with us. Of course, a very courageous move, and we do appreciate her presence right here. Thank you so much, Gladys, for coming through.
Thank you.
We do appreciate, just coming to share your story with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so I'll just start off with a question. This day and age, even looking at the statistics, only 48.5% of young people who are said to, be the population that's really highly affected by HIV and AIDS. There's still another 50-something percent, that hasn't been tested yet. So what is it like living with HIV at this day and age?
Okay, living with HIV is all about one person to accept the status.
Yes, please.
Just to accept your status. Once you are tested and you are told you are HIV positive, it's all about to accept. Although it's a challenge, for the first time, it's difficult for one to accept. It's a process. But once you accept and you follow the instructions of taking medication, the life goes normal. Yes.
All right, and the amazing thing about Real Talk is we come and we share our real life experiences, so that someone who's watching, who's going through what you're going through, but they cannot be able to talk about it, and they cannot have anyone to relate with. So like, when was the first time you were diagnosed with HIV?
Okay, I remember very well. The year 2005, when I went for treatment in the clinic, and the person who I found there asked me whether I would like to be tested. And for me, there was no problem. I said, no problem, let me be tested, because I never expected a person like me to have the virus. And
so you didn't even go to action? That wasn't the reason why you went?
I just went there to be treated. I was unwell. Then I decided to go and seek for medication. So from that process, the person who approached me asked me whether I know I was tested before like 3 months. And I said, it's like 1 year since I was tested. Then she asked me to be tested. I accepted. And after the result, I was told that I'm positive. Yeah, it really shocked me.
It really shocked you. So,
yeah.
Just share with us, how was that like, at first, just being told that? How are you able to deal with it?
It was a shock. Because you have said, the year 2000 up to 2005, the story that we heard about HIV, it was that terrible. You used to see the pictures of those people who are infected, because those days there was no medication. It was difficult for one to access the medicine. So when I found myself in that situation, I was like, now it's the end of my life. But I thank God, after I was put on medication, that is what has kept me living up to now. Yeah.
Of course, that must have been a difficult time. And, just other than medication, what else really helped you just get through it and understand, come to accept that, this is my situation and I have to live with it and I have to live a positive life?
In fact, it was not that easy. I remember very well. It's only the support from the family members. Once you are tested, and if you don't have people whom you will disclose to, you'll die alone, keeping on thinking about it. But I thank God I had a supportive mother and my sister, whom I went and disclosed my status to, and they supported me those days. So through their support, although late after being put on medication, I had a lot of challenges with the side effect of the drugs. And later, after some time, I remember I was down. I was down that even some people started discriminating me. So I remember I had a difficult time those days. But after I came out, I encountered this certain support group of women with people who live with HIV. I joined the group the year 2011. From that time, I started changing my life. My life started having a change because I found people who share openly about their status. So from there, I started getting healed from the group.
Encouraged to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
And we're talking about support from family and friends and people you care about.
Yes.
So like, how did you get yourself to, say, okay, fine, so let me go to my mom or let me go to my sis or whoever and just tell them, like, this is what it is? Didn't you have the fears that, these people will,
Yes, at first I had fear because looking myself, now I'm infected, and for HIV I knew there was no treatment. Now I saw death in my life. But now the reason why I decided to disclose to them, I had a young baby that time, so I saw I decided to disclose to them so that when I die, they'll take care of my child. So the reason why I decided to disclose is that I wanted them, just in case I die, they take care of my child. Yes.
All right. Let me just ask: are you married? Are you in a relationship? And with that question is, how was it for you being able to disclose to the other partner that this is my status? Yeah. So if you're dating me, you need to know that this is how it is.
Okay, the courage that I've got, the support, the courage that I've got from the group, that is like now being here, talking about myself. This one shows that even if someone tried to come into my life, maybe this person wants to date me, I have to be open and tell this person, because when I remember about this virus, I can say that if the time I knew that I was going to contact the virus, could have protected myself. Now, there's no need for me to assume and not to disclose to a person who wants maybe a relationship to me. Maybe this person is negative. I see there is a need for me to disclose to this person so that this person can also be protected. When you tell a person about your status, this person will be aware and will know that I've helped him by disclosing my status. No, he'll know that is with a person who is infected. And nowadays you see there is a medication, there is this medication of negative people can take. Even if you have a partner who is positive, there is some medication this person is given, it will help this person not contact the virus. But it is a process, not like that. There is a process of these people should take precaution from the hospital. Yeah.
All right. So have you ever faced any form of discrimination, maybe like in the workplace or any particular situation, maybe where you live?
Yeah, I remember one time I was admitted after I was put on medication, and I had severe side effect. I was in very bad condition. I never expected to live again. And after I was discharged from the hospital, I remember the plot where we was living, the place where we are staying, I and my sister plus my mother. The owner of the plot told us to vacate the place immediately after I came from the hospital, because the way I was looking like, because I was only bones, I was like a skeleton. Then that person told my sister, please leave my place, because this house, I have another thing to do with it. So you have to move out. We had a difficult moment to go and look another house elsewhere, but I knew it was because of my status, my condition. Yeah. He said that she didn't want me to die in her compound. So we shifted and we went somewhere else. It really hurted me because I knew this person, it's all about my status that made him to chase us from his compound. Yeah.
Oh, that is, really sad. Which of course brings again the question, that a lot of young people, to be honest, even, interacting with my peers, they're like, what you don't know won't kill you. So, there's really no need for me to know if my status, because of such things that if things like, actually, there are myths and misconceptions.
Yes.
That if I know my status, I might die faster, people will look at me differently and all that. Maybe what would you say about the youth and this mindset?
Okay, what I can tell the youth, for this HIV is manageable. Even if one is tested today and he found himself or herself that is positive, there's nothing to worry about. It's not like before, the time there were no drugs. Nowadays, the government has purchased for medication for HIV people. Provided this person accepts living positive by taking the medication, he will live a normal life. You see, this HIV, people think that is a deadly disease like before the time there were no medication. Right now, medication is all over. Even if the youth, I want to talk to youth, if they are tested and they found themselves positive, let them take it positively, because this HIV thing is not something that can kill you if you don't take medication. Like for me, you can see I've lived from 2005 and I've been on medication up to now. Yes.
So also, I know we've talked a bit about some of the things that have helped you, go through, survive and be the way you are. Because you even mentioned that at some point you were really, your health was really deteriorated. So, maybe what lifestyle changes did you have to make, or even generally changes in your life that you had to make to deal and to cope and, to just survive?
Okay, you see, once a person is infected, and this stigma starts from self. If me, myself, I start discriminating myself, saying that I will die soon, no future, that will even make my life to be short. But if you accept and have friends, like for me, I have so many friends who give me support, like the support group I've talked about. It helps. Yes, it helps a lot when you have people whom you talk to, whom you share with. Like for now, I didn't tell you before that I'm in Kipco College, where I'm doing counseling. This counseling has really helped me, because when we are in class, in counseling lesson, you share about yourself. You start from yourself first. It has really healed myself. Yes.
All right. So, I mean, I'm sure you had, dreams. Everybody does have dreams. But when you discover that you have HIV/AIDS, did it change your perception of the future? Did it change your plans, the plans you had for your life?
At first, it was like it was going to change my life, because I never saw future. But later, after I discovered that I will stay with this virus the rest of my life by taking drugs, and I will stay longer, then I found that it's not only HIV that can kill a person. You can get even an accident on the way, and you will be dead. But for HIV, if you take drugs, it's
You're
only
okay.
God knows the days that you will live in this world.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't think it changed my life. But at first, when I knew I'm positive, I only saw death. Yeah, but nowadays I'm now okay because of what I'm living. Yeah.
All right. And then there's usually so many, people are not informed, about HIV and even just living with HIV. From your personal experience, what are some of the things, one or two things that you wish people would know about, living with HIV that people don't know?
Okay. It's all about to accept. Yeah, not to be in denial. And there is this mentality people have that if you have HIV, you have no future. HIV is like any other disease. You see, when a person is tested and told about HIV, they feels bad. But if someone is told you have malaria, you can even hear this person calling, oh, I went to hospital, I was tested, and I was told I have malaria. I'm praying so hard, people to be open, to come out. This coming out is going to heal those people who are down there, who are hiding themselves. You know, there are some people tested. They feel that if they disclose to their family members, maybe they are going to be discriminated. Yes, there are some people who can discriminate others. But when you come out, you start you yourself, you come out by this talking, all sharing with other people, your friends, if you can. It will help a lot. Yeah.
All right. So, you know, you've talked about the group that you work with.
The support group.
Yes, the support group. I just wanted to share with us that a bit, telling us the importance of support groups, and even just how people can access these support groups.
Okay. This group is from Kahawa Sukari Catholic Church. It was started by the priest in church there. They started calling the surrounding people, the community around there. They found that people were dying in the house, so this priest started going house to house, picking those people, bringing them, giving them hope, taking them to hospital. And I joined this group. I found those people there. There is this acceptance you get, like that the welcome.
Yes.
You feel that you are accepted there. Like for me, I call that place home, because you see sometimes this HIV thing makes people to others, there is a boundary put in their family members because of their condition. But when you see this group, the group is called Meeting Point. When a person goes there and join the group with his or her status, the warm welcome and the teachings that are there, the people gets healed. Yeah. Like for me, I said before that it has made me what I am today, because before I could not even share to people, talk about HIV. It was my secret and my family members. But now it has really moved me up to this point of coming even out and talk about it. Yes.
Which we do really appreciate, because I mean, it takes so much courage, you know, to just come and share that on live television. Thank you so much. We do appreciate that. That is Gladys Kwamboka, you know, just sharing her story, living with HIV/AIDS. And of course, we do hope that you guys at home, if you're watching and you're going through that, you're living with HIV and AIDS, that, you know, you've gotten some form of encouragement. But the discussion is not yet over. We will be back with the next part, who will just be telling us the other side of this particular story. My name is Christine Kai. Our SMS line is 22162. Start with the word circuit, and a circuit TV show on every social media platform. We take a short break.